Hello, it is I, and I am back sooner than usual. This video brought to you by the person who told me in one of the Jingle Ball chats that I should be posting more often on YouTube. I don't know why this person said it, what their motivations were, or if it's good advice, but here I am. I don't post as often as most here on YouTube simply because I don't feel like I have a lot to say from week to week. But I've been thinking about some different things and I've been working and I was like, I think I'm ready to talk to my people. So here we are. Thanks to everybody who watched my whip parade and enjoyed it and left me a nice comment about your New Year's resolutions. I loved reading through them. You all are ambitious and lovely people. I wish I could do all of your New Year's resolutions. I had a giveaway in that video of a Lindy Stitches pattern of your choice and one of my favorite books. I talked about books at the end of it. My favorite reads for 2022. That was a secret nugget. So Nancy Wyman, you won the giveaway. Send me an email. There's also going to be a giveaway in this video, but I'm going to hide it to reward the people that actually watched the video. Crazy, I know. Since we talked about books last time, and you all were very receptive to talking about books, I will let you know that I already completed my first book of 2023. I read 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals by Oliver Burkeman. I'll put the picture right here and we'll see if I'm right about the last name of the author. Anyway, this book was awesome. I already know it's going to be in my favorites for the whole year. It was that good. I read it on my iPad, wished I would have bought it because I think I highlighted 25% of the book. No exaggeration. It is that good. If you're like me and you love productivity books, but even though you've read 45 of them, you question how productive they're actually making you. This book is so good. If I have to sum it up in a nugget, it's in the subtitle, Time Management for Mortals. Spoiler alert, we all have a limited amount of time, don't we? Time, energy, we're not going to live forever, and that's a problem. It makes us kind of lie to ourselves about what we're capable of and what to expect out of our time. Our relationship with time is discussed, and it's so insightful. I love this book. I also started another Robert Bly collection. This one is called Morning Poems. The setup for this book is that Robert decided he was going to stay in bed, I think, every day for a whole month, and he couldn't get out of bed until he wrote his poem. That sounds like a great 30-day challenge. I just started this last night. Has anyone read this? The Other Bennett Sister by Janice Hadlow. I'm very excited because I'm 6 pages in, and it's been a long time since I read any Austen, but this feels like Austen. It's about Mary, who is kind of the fuddy-duddy of the family. She just wants to read books and she's not enthused about anything, and it's kind of about her, the creation of her character. I am very excited about this one. Different style of video. What am I talking about next? I deleted my TikTok. I talked in my last video about how TikTok was a problem for me. I deleted it off my phone just as an experiment to see how it went, and so far it's going great. I wasn't watching TikTok so much during times I shouldn't be. It wasn't necessarily keeping me from important life stuff like work and things like that. I was flipping it open when I was just tired at the end of the day, or, you know, that weird space between the kids come home and they're doing their thing and it's not time to make dinner yet, but you're tired because you worked all day. Like, times like that, I would flip open TikTok. And I also have noticed that I sometimes feel sad for, like, legitimate reasons, not just like I was using it as emotional avoidance, and I don't think that's good. I know it's not good. You actually need to, like, feel your feelings. Crazy, hard, and uncomfortable, but not something I need to pour TikTok into. So I'm hoping I can just, I should just keep it off my phone. I think I would be a healthier person. What has taken the place of TikTok is drawing birds. I decided to join a bird drawing challenge for January. I am 12 birds in. I'm a few birds ahead of the actual January schedule. I started before January because I knew I would need a few birds leeway if I was going to keep up with the schedule. I know there's going to be a day when I just will not be able to get to it. So I wanted to give myself a little bit of, you know, grace time. I have been enjoying this as I talk. I will pop my birds up on the screen. The first 7 I will share with you. I am loving this. So I've had my iPad for a year now. I've had Procreate installed on it since day 2, and I have struggled to get into some sort of flow with Procreate. Now, granted, I don't think I was really giving myself to it. I made very slow progress over a whole year's time, but before the bird challenge, I took a little tutorial. It was nothing special. It was nothing grand. It was literally an illustrator drawing with a set of brushes and showing her process, and I drew along with her, and I don't know, it lit some light bulbs in my brain, and suddenly I understand how to color something in and how to use layers so that drawing is fun and it's easy. It's amazing. Anyway, those are my birds. What they are for, I don't know. I do know that I find it very satisfying to be able to draw something and then chart it, as opposed to, I want to draw I want to do a cross-stitch pattern of 2 macaws together, and then trying to figure out with the pixels what I want the macaws to look like. I think it's going to be much more satisfying to take my favorite so far, the hyacinth macaws, and use that to create my cross-stitch pattern. Yeah, so I'm excited. But if I've learned anything in the last couple weeks, it is that possums are a controversial topic. Are they cute or are they hideous? I took a poll on my Instagram of, do you want to stitch a possum? And 25% of you are weirded out by possums. And so, I'm sorry, you might want to skip this section because I have a possum update. There is news, folks. We have upgraded from just some frozen grapes to 4-layer casseroles. I have an important announcement. I have officially quit as a cross-stitch designer. I am now a possum chef. I design exquisite casseroles for possums. Penelope is currently eating a 4-layer possum casserole, wet food, dry cat food, frozen grapes, and a crunchy topping of walnuts. As you can see, I'm very good at this. And she's given me a 5-star rating. I find my new career very rewarding. And that is not all. That is not all. Because I stare at her every night, I know what she looks like. And then this happened. Gosh. Word has spread. Word has spread. Who is that? Who is that? What? So the Web Possum Cantina has become like an evening ritual, an evening entertainment for my husband and I and anyone else who happens to be upstairs when the possums come. I am all into this. I don't know. It's possible that I need to get a life. Or it's possible that possums are awesome and 25% of you are just wrong. Bomb dropped. Hot take. Possums are cute, people. So, quite a few of you pointed out that I needed to chill out. And you are right. After Christmas, I chilled out and I took some time off, and it was delectable. And I knew I got a good break because I did not want to start work again. But start work again I did because I knew that every break day, the Nashville needlework market pressure was going to be one day worse. I have never, I mean, come on, this is only going to be my fourth market. I'm acting like I've done this my whole life. I haven't, but I do not enjoy working or creating under the gun. Not my favorite. I don't like doing things last minute, and to me, designing something for market in January is last minute. But I am happy to say we have a lineup for Nashville Needlework Market. I think I'm happy with it, but I need to sit with it for a little bit. I have a model being stitched, and then I have some other things in the works, and so I'm very, very happy. I'm very relieved. I'm relieved. A lot of you are waiting for my Bird Crush Club birds to come out, especially that first one, Stellar's J, and he will be included in March. I've created a whole schedule for the Bird Crush birds releases so that if you're waiting for a specific bird, I have the page. I will link it down below. That's going to be the schedule for the year. They're going to come out kind of monthly, but I've kind of shrunk the year. It's not going to be every month because obviously I'm skipping January and February. They're going to start in March, and then they kind of come out in pairs. I've scheduled it out with kind of my other plans for 2023, but you can find the schedule there and they will start being available. I will have them in PDF and physical form. I'll have the Threadworks flosses, and then I have some other club extras if you're interested in those. So those will start in March. Thanks for your questions and your patience with the Bird Crush birds. Jingle Ball. Jingle Ball 2023 is starting to take shape. I'm this close to signing with a new platform, and people, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I mean, just the platform itself is jaw-droppingly beautiful, and 2023, I mean, it's just like we should be able to make events virtually look amazing and be seamless and not be like, where do I click? Where someone's talking to their dog, asking them if they have to go out and why isn't this person muted? That kind of stuff. Like, let's leave that in 2022. Jingle Ball 2023 is going to look amazing. It's going to be amazing. The signups are going to be so much easier. It's just going to be a ticket, and here's all of our classes, of which there will be way more. There will be way more classes this year. I will sign my name to that. I hear you. You all want to take a class or 2 or 5. I'm very excited. If you would like to be in the know with the Jingle Ball news, you need to sign up for my newsletter. The link is down below. I'm going to be keeping you updated on how it's coming, but the official dates are going to be December 1st to the 3rd. So that's just like this year, but it will go into Sunday. A lot of people wanted to hang out at those stitching tables longer. They were not done with all we had to offer and wanted a longer event. So we hear you. We're going to extend it through Sunday so that you have more time to sit and chat with your new friends and enjoy more social, no pressure, stitchy party time. Let's talk about some cross stitch. I'm going to show you my 2 finishes I mentioned in my whip parade that were not finished when I actually did the footage. I finished my little leather luggage tag with my initials on it. This is a handy little kit. I have them in my shop. You get everything that you need to stitch these cute little luggage tags. I loved working on this in the car. I do have a little bit of motion sickness when I stitch in the car, but this is like, I mean, this is bigger than 14 count Ada. This is a big graph. I will say it's not the fastest project. Like if I stitched this on Ada, it would take me like, what do you think? Like, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes. It's not going to take you half an hour, 40 minutes because you're stitching through leather. And so it was a little fatiguing on my hand to sometimes get the needle through, but great stitchy project. And you better believe I'm putting this on my luggage when I travel around the country to stitching events. All about it. The second finish I had was a Jingle Ball exclusive from Erica Michaels. This is the Christmas Countdown. This will be available for general release, I think, at the end of this year. But that's, of course, up to Linda. I stitched this on 30 count blush linen by Weeks Dye Works in the called for colors. And here's how it looks. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. It would be even more cute on a really tiny count because then it would be even smaller. But I loved doing this. If I can stitch this countdown style during Jingle Ball Madness, pretty sure anyone can. All I did was stitch 1 number a day. And, you know, it takes like 10 minutes. And it was so fun. Love it. Another Christmas stitch I got some work done on is The Night Before Christmas by the Prairie Schooler. Stitching this on Tidal by Picture This Plus in 32 count linen. And here's where I am. I finished those 2 side squares and love it. I put Christmas away today, except for like a wintry pencil tree in the corner. I don't know. I left some lights in the kitchen. It's been warm here. I don't know what's going on. I wanted to leave it up longer. I'm not sure why, but now it's gone. And the cats are sad. January. It's just January. You know, what are you gonna do? It's just January. There's only so much that can be done. I've worked on a couple other projects, but they were models, and so I can't share those yet. But I did put some stitches in on Cooper by Kathy Barrick. Love him. After drawing those macaws, I'm like, I am totally into macaws. I drew a parakeet that kind of also looked like a macaw. I don't know. I'm like, I think parrots might be a thing. They're a thing for me. So expect a parrot pattern. Here is Cooper. I am working on his tail. And if you're wondering why it looks so blazingly yellow, I did change the colors of Cooper, but also you stitch Cooper's tail in yellow and then you do all those back stitches over the tail. So that's why he kind of looks funny. He looks like he's like standing on a log or something. But Adorable. I'm stitching him on 32 count old stationery by Seraphim Fabrics. I want to do 23 giveaways in 2023, which I realize is a totally arbitrary number, but I saw this concept like on a planner channel and I thought it was interesting and cute. I haven't thought of 23 things I want to do 23 times because it's just, like I said, a weird number, so I'm like having a hard time like, what? But I thought giveaways might be something that I could chart and accomplish 23 times in the year. So here's number one. I'm going to be giving away this pink stitch passport cover. This is just the same concept as the luggage tag, only it's a passport cover. And what is really cute is that it has the grid just over the world map, and you stitch where you've been. So you put a little metallic stitch in the places that you've visited. Or maybe that you want to visit, because mine wouldn't be very exciting. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and then the question I'd like to you to answer is, what do you do for fun in January? Because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not a huge fan of January. Other than the New Year's buzz, which is wearing off, what do we do? And then I'll ask you the same thing in February. So overall, I've been feeling a little bit scatterbrained. More life changes have occurred. I mean, because not enough has happened around here that have unsettled me a little bit. In addition to feeling behind in designing, I'm not where I would like to be. In addition to the Jingle Ball not being a foggy concept that I'm not really knowing what it is, but saying, okay, this is a part of my business, this is a part of my schedule, and it's going to be a part of my efforts throughout the year. So how does that impact my business? How does that impact the other people that, it's just, I'm having a hard time nailing things down or feeling like I know what I'm doing in life. Since we've been so random in this video, and I've probably scared away the people who don't like random already, do you want to hear the other things I want to do 23 times in 2023? 23? My daughter and I had to mention that saying 2023 is just not as pleasurable as 2022. It has no ring to it whatsoever. Anyway, 23 giveaways. 23 days volunteering, 23 pattern releases. See, some of these I know I'm going to exceed 23, so I'm not really sure this chart has much of a purpose. But I think it has a purpose in that as I'm tracking things, I'm reminding myself that these things are important to me. Does that make sense? And I can always make another column if I'm like, wow, it's February and I already did 23 giveaways. Wouldn't that be crazy? Anyway, 23 letters written. I like writing letters. Not like big missives. Did I use that word correctly? But just like notes of encouragement or, hey, I'm thinking of you. I think that would be good. I need to do that more. That's what I'm saying. I need to do that more. So, 23 letters written. 23 episodes listening to a podcast. I'm not going to say which one it is. But it's a podcast that talks about what's going on in our country. So I would say it's political, but really it's 3 or 4 smarter people than I who sit around and, well, isn't that what everyone does on a podcast? They sit around. They discuss current events and they're really nuanced about it. And I appreciate that. I want to be more politically informed. I'm horrible, literally horrible, about knowing what's going on and what to think about it. So I don't think the next election is going to be a fun time, but I do know I need to be more prepared for that not fun time, prepared in what to think, to be a little bit more grounded. Does that make any sense? I'm an ignoramus, is what I'm trying to tell you, and I need to stop being so. Like, my news source cannot be necessarily my husband coming up from the basement and saying, hey, did you know that blah 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 happened 2 weeks ago? And I'm like, really? 23 episodes of that podcast listened to, absorbed into the brain pan. 23 business podcast listens. I listen to quite a few business or creative podcasts, so that will be an easy one. Newsletter sent, books read, hoping to surpass that one. Recipes tried is going to be a challenge for me, but I already did one. And then Procreate tutorials. So that's my selection so far. I might add more to this list. Like I said, I think it's more about reminding myself what I think I should be doing. That is all I could possibly think to share with you today. Thanks for sticking around. I know some of you have been here since 2015. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I think I need to never take it for granted that I have 100 subscribers, let alone however many I have right now. It's an awesome thing. And thanks for hanging out with me. I hope there was some sort of blessing for you in these weird rambles. I would appreciate if you would subscribe and maybe like this video. It helps me with the YouTube engagement and lets YouTube know that maybe I'm doing something with my life. Remember to leave me a comment for the thing that we discussed earlier. I'm going to go back to my random life in January. Blessings to you and yours. Bye. Hello, it is I. Oh, look at this. What is that? What is that? It's like a beam of light coming out of my head.